Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What is good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Raid and Arrow, and we are back at it again with another bag talk. Today we're going to be talking about how money equals opportunity, and I'm going to be giving a personal experience, going to be doing a little bit of the behind the veil on an experience that I'm currently going through. Pretty funny. That relates on why you should have your money together. Before we do that, let's go ahead and get all of the housekeeping out of the way. First and foremost, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. If you're on, mobile, go ahead and hype the video up. I've been trying to make sure to hype videos up when I'm watching videos. Going to be doing some reaction videos and hyping those up, hopefully, here in the near future as we're getting a little bit more time. And yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right on into it. So first and foremost, obviously, we got to give the numbers for last week. That's one of the things we're adding to the very beginning of the show because everybody loves the numbers. So last week, passively, meaning the primary income portfolio, a little bit coming in from our long-term holdings portfolio because that obviously gives us a little bit of a kick of income to, how do I put this, to pay down the margin that we're utilizing over there. And yeah, so we brought in a whopping $893. That's not too bad for a week. Our goal, obviously, we need to be a little bit over $1,000 a week, but we're starting to flirt with it. And we are at our next plateau, which seems to be about the $40,000 mark. We're flirting around that number, grinding up a little bit at a time, but you know, getting those $1,000 weeks is kind of the next leg up for me, which will put us at about, I'd say, roundabouts 45, 50,000, because our goal is to be at $5,500 a month. And obviously, if you split that up over 4 weeks, let's do the quick maths here. I'm pulling up my calculator because I like to be accurate. 5,500 a month divided by 4, basically 1,375 a week, getting us close to that 1,375 that is our weekly target. You know, every week that we peak above 1,000, I'm like, okay, let's see how many weeks we can ride this out. That's obviously reliant on the market. Speaking of the market, let's talk about what we've been buying and selling. Blatantly, we have sold off a little bit of Chippy. I love Chippy. I do buy Chippy, but I am moderating my Chippy position moving forward. Reason being is it is a very large position, and while it does run up hard with the AI sell-off, it did pull back hard, which made it to where I will basically be actually keeping that position around $10,000. Reason being is I am a Bitcoin bro. I believe in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is kind of a little bit sort of my everything. So my financial foundation is based around Bitcoin. And if I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at something or be over positioned in something, it's going to be something touching Bitcoin. And it's not going to be something that is a secondary or tertiary position, because I'm a firm believer in finding what works for you and then just doing that. And Bitcoin is what works for me. So while I do like the benefit of being in other markets, while I do like the quote unquote diversification of Chippy in my portfolio, especially an income portfolio, because it is a strong payer, it is a strong performer, it is not a primary focus of mine. I am not an AI guy. I know very little about it. I utilize it sometimes for certain things. I'm getting ready to utilize it a lot more for a lot more things. But, and this is a big but, it's a donka, Bitcoin is the focus and the goal. And I have noticed that like my TradFi portfolio is now at about parity with my crypto holdings, meaning that I've got like about 50% of my net worth in my well, I'm not going to say 50% of my net worth because there's more in my crypto still, but it is creeping up there. Like we're sitting at about, I think if you take out the margin, about $70,000. And, like us pushing, actually I've still got to finish my end of month financials. I did not do my net worth total, I don't think. I still got to do that before we hit our videos next week because you're getting bombarded with the net worth, the money updates. But sitting at about $250,000 positive net worth, that means after all the dust is settled with the debt, all the stuff, what you're looking at in your actual holdings, like what you're worth, we're looking at about round about $250,000. And obviously our goal this year, which we're about halfway through the year, is to get to about 350K. And we're on schedule. I think. I don't know. We'll see what this month looks like because July was kind of a nothing burger month. It's supposed to be a strong month. We were deploying. We did some stuff, made some moves, and this was one of the worst month performance wise in the markets since 2014. So I think we did pretty good. I'm excited for August. Welcome to August. So what do we buy with that reallocation? Well, we bought obviously a little bit of MAAY. Reason being that is my counterpart to Misty. Now, Misty is a big part of my portfolio. It's the largest individual holding right now. We are stacking that. We've been going in on Bitcoin since we dropped down to around the 60s, and I was like, I am going to ride that up. The issue is we're grinding sideways, so I wanted that sideways counterpart because Misty, the new strategy for them, it's okay sideways. It's not great. And we wanted to keep that. We got to keep the money coming in. May is a better performer in the sideways up grindy market. Next up, we had STRC. Obviously, STRC on a discount. Sub $90. You got to buy some. Even sub $100. I'm buying STRC. I am more interested in STRC than SATA. I hold both. Reason being, those are cash positions. Those are stabilizers. That is eventually the pool of money that I will use to take chunks out of my mortgage. We also bought some QQQY, portfolio stabilizer. It was down. We deployed a little capital. Actually, I've been selling off QQQY first, as opposed to SATA or STRC. And QQQY has been what I've been dipping out of to make some additional buys. We bought a little bit more winter. Now, this is a slow grower for me because it is counter my thesis, but I like to have the hedge. If we have any major downturns with MicroStrategy, I am hedged against it. At these portfolio numbers, we are looking at a little bit of hedging, not a lot. Like I'm more interested in stabilizing than hedging. Like I can take hits in certain spots that I'm willing to take hits on because I'm just going to double down, which would be Bitcoin. We also bought some more AMDY. I know they're getting crushed right now. It is a counterplay. I do not think that they're comparable to NVIDIA, but I like the upside. I like the volatility. It is paying well, and I can deal with that level of volatility because it's not MicroStrategy volatility. It's not as bad. So we've got that, and then we've got Dreamy, which is our memory AI play. DRMY, we are adding to that position. That is the position we'll probably be buying up for a little bit now since Chippy is running up, and we're clipping to keep that position at about $10,000. Dreamy is the next up and comer. It is kind of a portfolio stabilizer. It's in the portfolio AI yippity skippity. I like it, not as much as Bitcoin, but I can't justify to myself having every single portfolio just be Bitcoin. Like it's a wild take for me. And I'm trying to move into a little bit more sophisticated level of portfolio management. Still focused around the core thesis, but a little bit more stable, I should say. And I am actually liking not having these drastic, crazy swings and, getting some good pumps in multiple different areas that aren't necessarily all pumping at the same time. Because while Misty might be running, Chippy might not be running, because like when Chippy, this AI sell off, Misty's been stable that whole time. So the portfolio value has come down. We're still well into the green on Chippy, but AI sold off. AMD is done, taken a hit. Chippy's taken a hit. Dreamy has taken a hit. And Misty and May been doing wonderful, paying great. Ulti been doing great. Like not oh, that's another one that I've been buying is Ulti ULTY. That is a little bit counterintuitive to the market, but it's been performing well enough since I got in, because that's a big important piece, is like when you got in and if you're cycling in and out. Me personally, I'm not beholden to any position, and I utilize them as tools, which is what they are. I'm not emotionally tied to these positions. They are tools. That is what they are. Their job is to make money. If they're not making money, if they're not paying, then, it's like a bad employee. Got to get rid of them. So those are the moves that we've made. Those are the sells. Those are the buys. We haven't really sold too much anything else. And yeah, so that's what we've got so far. We're going to be doing some more buys today, because you'll be seeing this on Thursday. I'm recording it on Wednesday. I waited till the last minute again. I promised myself I wasn't going to be doing this as much, but here we are. Work weeks are busy. Now we're going to talk about the money equaling opportunity. And we're going to go with a personal story of mine. This is actually something that I'm currently going through. I don't want to say I had a terrible job, but I had a job that I think, honestly, most people in their right minds, because me personally, as somebody who doesn't generally look at the paychecks, somebody who doesn't really keep tabs on the retirement money because I don't believe in it. Like, you do it, and it's just something that I was programmed to do. We have made some adjustments. Somebody who really doesn't pay attention to the quality of work, because I'm not the type of person who just sits around the house. Those people who know me know that I'm high energy. I like working. I like working with my hands. I like working with my brain. I like talking to people. I like socializing. I am a multifaceted person. I've lived a lot of life. I do a lot of things. One thing that you don't normally see me doing is sitting, unless it's in the evening time and I'm getting ready for bed, or I'm on a date, or something of the like. Those are the things that I do that are low energy. I skateboard all the time. You guys see the skateboard updates. I got one of those coming this week also. I'm not a lazy person. And generally speaking, I would say at just about anything that I do, I'm in the upper echelon of whatever it is, skill-wise. I am a very adamant first in, last to lead from the front. Do what you say you're gonna do. Ride out the thing until it's done or you die. That type of person. I'm a ride or die. And I always tell people I'm a terrible employee because I know the game. So I don't want to be there. I don't like feeling like I'm being taken advantage of. And, I might be changing the name of this video to Why We're Quitting, because it seems pretty relevant. But long story short, if I don't like something, I'll complain about it for a little bit, and then I'll start solving it, because I'm a man. So if I'm gonna take the time to complain, if I'm gonna put the energy into complaining, then I'll terraform my entire existence to get myself away from whatever it is that is causing me the stress, the pain, the discomfort, the feeling of being taken advantage of. And I'll do it in a permanent sense. And, it is what it is, especially when it comes to work. Honestly, you should be treating your jobs like you should be treating women. If you leave, leave. Don't threaten to leave. Don't throw stuff in people's faces. And I know most of you, because you're all messy, you do these things. Me personally, I solve for the problem. I will make it so that I don't have to be there. So, fast forward, that's how we got here. That's how we ended up being fully invested. That's how we got to the point to where it's like, hey, if I'm making what you're paying me, then what use are you, especially if I'm coming in every day and starting my day off, the start of the day. We just woke up. I just got my workout in. I've read for about 10, 20 minutes. I've had my coffee, and I'm starting my day stressed. I'm starting my day angry. I'm starting my day off put, completely sapped of whatever motivation I would have had to have been my stellar self that day. Matter of fact, one of the only reasons that I made it as long as I did at this job was because I'm so disciplined and I'm so hard on myself that I refuse flat out to lower my standards to the expectation of people that are beneath me. I'm going to repeat that because that is a gem that you should take with you everywhere for anyone who hears this. You never lower your standards for people that are beneath you. Ever. Now, how that works when it comes to work is most people, they'll show up, they'll get pissed off first thing in the morning, and they will take that energy and utilize it the rest of the day, and they'll be like, I'm going to do a bad job because, and I'm not even going to act like I don't understand this. That's what they deserve. And honestly, you're probably right. You're probably right. I can't even argue that that would not be fair because you're reciprocating what the leadership is giving you. It's just that simple. Poor employees are generally results of poor leadership. It starts at the top. And I understand leadership always blames because there's always somebody below you and it's always their fault and you're the victim in everything. But it's par for the course. If you start your day off and you start them off defeated, you set them up for failure, and then you come back around after setting everyone up for failure and utilize that against them and weaponize it. It's like this weird narcissism thing that business owners do. And all it does is make me mad. It makes me internally not like you. It makes me understand that you're an icky person. Not only does it make me understand that you're an icky person, generally speaking, you look at those people's relationships and their interactions with other people, and other people know that there's something off, there's something wrong with these people. And somehow, they always, I'm not going to say always, but I've had plenty of jobs. And not going to lie, hardly any of them were good. Like I've had like maybe a couple of good jobs. I don't even look for good jobs anymore because I don't believe in the whole good, bad. Nah, I don't think I'm a good person. I think I'm decent. I shoot for decent. But you get the wrong person in the right seat, you're not going to have a decent job. You're going to have a fiefdom that someone has created so that they can stand atop the other people. And then eventually it becomes, I'm extracting from the other people so that I can live my best life, but you're all starving. And I just don't understand why no one wants to work here. It's so hard to find good help. You hear that a lot. And it's probably because good help gets destroyed by these kinds of people because most people don't have my level of discipline. They don't have my level of inability to go to sleep knowing that I did less than I could. That actually makes me feel worse than doing the appropriate, and I'm going to say it's the appropriate action of not working hard for people that don't deserve your labor. Because not everybody deserves your labor. Not everybody should be a business owner. Not everybody should lead. It's just a fact. Like, it's just a fact. Not everybody can. I can't be in the NBA. I'm not tall enough. I'm not good at basketball. I can't do it. I could want to do it. A lot of people want to do it. Not a lot of people get to do it. The people that do, generally, they're psychos about it. But alas, a lot of people end up being able, because I mean, anybody can own a business. Like, you can go start it up now. There's no barrier to entry anymore. It's 2026. A lot of people get promoted through nepotism and then call it meritocracy. And, you know, they go up the ranks dealing with scummy people like themselves. And then they go off and they create their own businesses being scummy in like the tar pit that they came from. And then they wonder why people don't like it. They wonder why people leave. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I'm going to make this video, and this is why. This is why having your finances in order matter. This is why having a cushion matters. This is why replacing your income while your income is still replaceable, because some of you have so many pairs of golden handcuffs on that you couldn't leave the job that you hate if you wanted to. And now you got to talk to stupid Tanya in HR and play the game and put on fake smiles and pretend to be something that you're not be able to speak your mind, and not be able to be an actual person, not be able to be authentic, because you got to go sit in an office around people that actually hate you, that hate themselves, that hate their lives, so they go into work to make other people's lives miserable. Or people that want to be in an echelon of life so badly that they're willing to extract from everyone around them to be able to posture that they're in that realm of society so that they can feel like they're doing something at your expense. And they'll sit there and they'll tell you they love you to your face while they don't pay you, while they overwork you, while they work you until your body is breaking down and you can't do the stuff that you want to do that makes you happy, because you need to go make them money so that they can go on vacation every month. Sounds like a great deal. Well, guess what? This is the beginning of the revolution, folks. Stop doing it. Stop working for them. Quit. Quit vehemently. And I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to tell you my experience with it. So, the first thing is, you don't actually realize that these jobs are actually killing you. They are actually killing you. And the only reason I know is because I have this stupid ring that I wear, because I don't sleep enough. I have a really hard time sleeping. And now that I'm getting the sleep that I'm supposed to every night, that I get the sleep that I'm supposed to get, it's almost like my body's averse to feeling good. It's crazy. I wake up and I'm exhausted, and I check my numbers. That's the first thing I do every morning, is check my sleep numbers. I check them and I make sure that I hit my activity levels every day. Every day, I'm well over the activity level. I do too much stuff. But this ring noticed something 2 weeks after quitting my job. Now, mind you, prior to quitting, I don't think I would have ever verbally said that I hated the job. But I hated the job. I hated it. And I didn't realize that I did until I wasn't there. And the reason that I know that I hated the job was 2 weeks out, just on my ethereal schedule, because I tried to retire. And I did. There, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you went and looked for a job. And I was like, I did not look for a job. A job came and found me. I did not look for a job. I will say that again. I was not looking for a job. I did not look for a job. I did not need to look for a job. There was no reason for me to get off the couch and go look for a job, because I was doing everything I wanted to do every day, which was go skateboard and go to the gym. That's why I'm in exceptionally good shape. I'm not dysgenic. It's great. It's a real good way to live life, not being dysgenic. Like, your body feels, well, I mean, my body never feels good, but under normal circumstances, I see other people, it looks like their bodies feel good. Like, I'm just in exceptionally good shape. And I do a lot of stuff where I'm banging my body into things all the time and falling on concrete, hence skateboarding. And, you know, if you're over 40, then falls hurt. They hurt just as much as anything else. And then I get up and I continue doing it because I love it. I love it. And then I go to the gym when I can, when my hand's not almost broken. And I lift heavy things, and it's wonderful. So 2 weeks into my ethereal state, and I call that the ethereal state because it was just, I just did what I wanted to do every day, which is two things: go to the gym and go skateboarding. Not in any specific order. There were some mornings I woke up and went to the gym first and then went skateboarding. And then some mornings I woke up and went skateboarding and then went to the gym. But doing those two things every day tuckered me out enough I could go to sleep. I had a little schedule going, and it was great. And 2 weeks out, the ring told me, oh, you're getting much better at mitigating your daytime stress levels. And that was something that I didn't even think of. Now, 3 weeks out, it was like, oh, you're in a new phase. Like, your stress levels are way down. You're not stressed during the day. You're able to recover during the day from stress during the day. And the common denominator was I was not going to the place that made me stressed out right after I woke up every day of my existence for over a decade. And, if you believe the doctors, that's actually killing you. That's taking time off your life. Like, I could be smoking cigarettes instead of going to work and being mad, and like, I might live longer. I don't know. But one of the things that I've come out of that with is I will never work for an old person again. Like, and I'm not talking about an old person age-wise. I'm talking about that boomer, wait your turn. I'll tell you when it's your time. I'll let you know when you need to talk, even if I don't have the best idea that, oh, this is meritocracy, but actually it's nepotism and you have to earn the king's favor to get anything. Yeah, I'm never doing that again because I don't have to. I can sit my happy ass at home. It's been over 20 minutes, over 25 minutes. I'm throwing an ass in there. I don't care. I can sit my happy ass at home. I don't have to come to work. I don't have to work for you. These people, and I'm going to say this very clear and concise, these people are not entitled to your labor, your time, your energy. They're not entitled to it. Cut them off. They are living off your life force. They are killing you so that they can go on vacation, so they can buy another Porsche, so they can get a new whatever the latest thing is, so that they can look good for all the people that don't even like them anyway, so that they can strap the meat around their neck to get the dog to play with them. It's crazy. At your expense? That's not even your life. It's not your stuff. And they wonder why people are quitting, why people are doing the bare minimum. That is why. Now, me personally, I'm not doing the bare minimum because I don't want to live that lifestyle. But I get it now. I do get it. I do get it. Because if you're not going to work at a place where you're getting something out of it, which, just so that everybody knows, the employee-employer contract is they get money. That's the exchange. If no one would go to work for y'all for free. Nobody. Literally no one. No one likes you that much. And most importantly, we, as the laborers, are not your slaves. You're not entitled to us. Especially the good ones. You're not entitled. You're not entitled. Oh no, somebody wants money so they don't want to work for you because you don't pay money. Go figure. Oh no, someone would rather sit at home because they've got their financial structure in order than work for you and die from stress from working for you for no money. Go figure. This isn't rocket science. The same stuff you want, business owners, kings, slave masters, whatever you think you are in your head, master manipulators. I don't know what you guys think you are in your heads. I really don't at this point. But what I will say is this. The same stuff, all the shit that you want, the rest of us want. Now, does that mean you have to pay us at your level? No, but you should probably make sure your people are happy. You should probably make sure your people are well paid. You should probably make sure your people can afford to fix something, and like the only raises they're getting aren't from them making moves with their money to make them more money. Because if they're going to do that, then why do they need to come in and give their labor, energy, time, and substance to you? Like, I really don't, and I'm going to throw this out here. I really don't know if every small business owner in the United States, for some odd reason, a good portion of them subscribe to this I'm in the nation state of Israel memo, but like, we're not your goyim, dude. We're not. We are not your slaves. We will continue to quit. Good employees will continue to quit until business owner pay improves. If you're not, you want loyalty, pay for it. You want people who are going to ride out for you, pay for it, because you should have been doing that in the first place. You should be taking care of the people that you say are close to you. I am so elated that I figured out a way to generate income without having to have a single employee, because some of the people that I've worked for are so disgustingly pathetic that they'll starve the people sitting at the table next to them so they can do one extra thing a month to go herald and say they're in high society because, oh, I can't get rich without extracting from people. Yeah, you can. I can get wealthy without having to come in and work for you. Yeah, you can. You can. You choose not to. And then God forbid you decide, oh, somebody came and threw a bag and now I'm off the couch. Oh no. Oh no, I want and then it's about money. How about it's about not being pissed off first thing in the morning and getting paid more money? How about that? How about it's being in a space where people are my age and I'm not waiting my turn? I don't have to wait to speak. My opinions are valued. I'm allowed to give input that is actually then utilized. How about that? How about not being a piece of shit to people? How about that? How about you go into a place where they don't come in pissed off first thing in the morning and then make sure to piss everybody else off, because no matter what's going on in their life, they're still miserable. I like working for people that can wake up with themselves. I like that. I like working for people that have the same energy that I have, which is a great deal of positive energy. I like working for people that don't have to gaslight me into believing that like I'm incapable because they don't want to pay me and they have to justify it in their world from their perspective, just like they do with every fucking body else. How about that? And so that's how we've gotten here. That's the whole reason that we're going fully invested. That's the reason I am, into money, because I don't like to complain. I don't. I like talking to you guys about the stocks that we're moving and the money that's coming in. But every once in a while, you got to look and take an assessment of your life. And then you realize that the person who claimed that they were close to you was the one who was stabbing you and undermining your confidence the entire time. And you got to look out for those people, the people who every single thing that you do that moves you a step away from them being able to extract from you as a resource, they think you're going to fail. They're the people who are putting doubt in, but they care about you. And this could be a boss. This could be your family. So I've gotten it from both. And one of the things that I'm really good at is assessing spaces that I shouldn't be in and removing myself from them. Very politely, mind you. But that's where those seeds of doubt come from. Now it's different. And I'm not about to give any of you a pass for being like anyone who questions me as a hater. It's different if somebody expects you to be able to give metrics, have an actual articulated conversation about the play that you're making, your plans, how your financial structure is set up. This is not pie in the sky. But I've been grinding at my shit, this shit right here, for over, let's see here, 2014, over 13 years now. On the grind. Consistent. I've put in my 10,000 hours. I've made money. I've lost money in droves. And it's interesting because like for my family, there was an apprehension at the very onset. But, you know, the extractor, that was a whole PR campaign coming from multiple angles that were all manipulated by the same person. And it's one of those things where, you get to a point where people will tell you, oh, you're never leaving, da 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 da, I got da. Allowing somebody to think that they were manipulating you versus them actually manipulating you are two totally different things. And I never get manipulated. I will allow people to play things out. And then, I'm working on my exit, which is I don't have to work anywhere. And so, I can leave with a thank you, a grin, and the good graces because I dealt with something. I built character. I asserted myself. And then I made the decision that, I'm not going to subject myself to this anymore. Because I have a choice. Because I can afford to sit on my couch. And that needs to be well understood. And there's a level of freedom that pisses slaves off. And that includes these slave masters that they themselves are slaves as well. There's just a higher rank slave than like the other slaves. So like I'm a high slave. I'm a grand poobah slave. I'm boss man slave. I'm El Jefe slave master. Okay. But, it's amazing how somebody bettering themselves and then all of a sudden all the bully tactics come out. It's like, what do you like, homie, you know where I live? Oh yeah, that's right. Dysgenic fucks. They can't fight. That's crazy how that works. But bully tactics aren't going to work on somebody that, can be a thorn in your side for the love of the game. Because if you're not going to come see me, I don't care. And I really don't think that the scenario of wanting to see me in, civil court where you got to put everything to discovery so that people can go research that case. And then you got to explain things that you've done. It's going to be beneficial because, I mean, when you bring somebody on after somebody else, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not the person who plays that game, but I'm like, if you got somebody who wasn't there as long that's making more than somebody who was there for freaking ever, then like there's a little bit of discrepancy there. And there's a reason why the person who'd been there forever probably wouldn't want to stay if he was making less than the person they trained. Like that's crazy. While also being frozen out and told that, I'm incompetent. It's also kind of weird because then somebody else finds you and they're like, oh, you're super competent, you know a bunch of stuff and you're contributing to the team and this is great. And now you're mad. Like that, like, bro, like you can't have it both ways. Like, and you can't have slaves because slavery is illegal. That's just not allowed. So, sometimes you got to hold your L and become a better person and maybe stop treating people like shit and they'll continue working for you. But what I will say is showing your whole ass and showing all your cards because somebody who, did leave, but did right by you doesn't make your existing team think you're a good person. I'm just going to throw that out there because it needs to be thrown out there. Like when you try to do shitty things and run the bully tactic game on a good person who did right by you, everyone sees that. And, character is character. Talk about personal brand. I mean, my personal brand's great. I'm not having a problem dealing with people. People don't hate me. I'm just throwing it out there. I also don't have to extract from people to exist. So I don't know. But back to the key factor here is this is the reason having your finances are in order and having a financial structure and having a financial system. And for me, fully invested, that's what worked for me. If you want to buy gold, shillings, or whatever, and you can live off shillings, or you want to do the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, whatever it is, figure out a system that works. And I would say the first thing that I would do is focus on the replacement of your income. That doesn't mean you have to quit unless you hate your job, or unless you're in a situation where you're being blatantly carte blanche taken advantage of. Understandable. But even if you don't quit, if you love your job, you absolutely love your job, the reason you want your income replaced is, what if something goes wrong with your job? What if, just a hypothetical, you love your job, you do really good at your job, but higher up, they've made some bad management decisions, and you show up and there's chains on the door and the job shut down. What if then? And I'm going to give the inverse of what ifs, because people give what ifs all the time. Well, what if you lose all your money? What if the market goes down and you lose all your money? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if your job goes away tomorrow? Like, what if you show up and there's chains on the door? They shut that location down. They're not moving you. What if you're not starting on a plan to get out of your job in the next 5 to 10 years? And you wait another 5 to 10 years, and now you're 5 to 10 years older, and you're at a job that you hate, and you've had an additional 5 to 10 years of just having your soul sucked out of you. What if then? On the plus side, if you love your job, you just get double your income. Replace your income and then just continue going to work, and then you just live out of your brokerage account like I do. If you take on work, put it right into the market, get it working for you. Put it into the system. Grow it, scale your system just like you would a business, and you love going to work every day, and you just get to keep doing that. But like, when you're ready to not work, or God forbid something happen to you where you're injured, you don't have to go to work. You don't have to. You don't have to rush back to show loyalty to people that are extracting from you because they're wanting to get rid of you because now you're a draw and they want to go on vacation. You don't have to do that. Oh, you're out of time. You have X amount of sick days. Okay, you have X amount of vacations. You got to beg and plead with somebody who's going on vacation every month to have a vacation, to have a day off. And apparently everybody else, their time's way more valuable than yours because they get to leave during the day. And like, you're the only person who shows up consistently. You're first one there, generally last one to leave. But everybody else is dipping in and out because they got kids. And because you don't have kids, you're treated differently. About that. Is that why? Oh, because you don't have kids, you don't need a raise, and somebody else gets to decide that because they're an asshole. Like, really? It's interesting. That's how that works. Okay. Yeah. If you go around doing the bare minimum for people, you deserve the bare minimum back. And in closing, one of the best ways, because I know that there's plenty of people out there who are just completely carte blanche revolting, and I'm fully understanding and empathizing, but I personally refuse to fight from the bottom. I'm not fighting from the bottom. And for me, I am now able to step into that role and be a revolutionary as well. And be like, yo, I'm not working for these people with that boomer mindset. Now, you have boomers who have indoctrinated a lot of people who are in Gen Z. Those are the old dudes now. And it's finally their turn, and they're going to treat you like shit. And I say quit. Don't work for them. Don't wait your turn. Start digging your hole out now. Break out of those prisons and then fight them. Like, seriously, like in the streets, at their house, wherever, fight them. Like, legitimately. Because why would you exist like that? Like, why do we as a society allow people to navigate like this? Like, why? Like, what's the point? Step one is we quit. Because if everyone quits, they can't have their little fiefdom. They either got to go start over and find some other people. But like, obviously, you burn enough bridges with people, especially if you're in trade, there'll be no employees. No one's going to work there. Especially if it's people that are well liked. Like, duh. If we quit and start going to work for people that deserve good employees, a couple of things happen. Now, I understand a couple of things will happen. First off, cream of the crop goes to the best businesses. That's how it should be. If you're going to compete, compete. Do not bully tactic. Do not be in a right to work state trying to force people into non-competes. Like, that's stupid, especially when no one else in the industry even does that. Secondly, start consciously going into jobs. Like there has to be vetting from the employee to the employer. Who are these people? What are their value sets? Like, again, are they that boomer? Are they used car salesmen? I mean, obviously you're going to have to take the job to find out if they're a used car salesman, but like it's kind of easy to tell after like a few months. Like, it's not hard to tell. Do they do what they say? Do they sell you a pipe and dream and then you stay, and because you didn't bring it back up, they're like, oh, I don't have to do that. Oh, I told you I was going to give you some raises. Oh, but you didn't bring it back up. I don't have to do that. Really? Because you said it. And it's like a character thing. Oh, you're going to come back and do the narcissist thing where you're just like, oh, well, it's because you're not good, but also I need you to do all this stuff. Oh. It shambles and you're upset when they're not around. Oh, no. Oh, no. Like, how are you both the victimizer and the victim? Like, these are all the end results of your actions should elicit a consequence. The end result of these people's actions should elicit a consequence. At minimum, cheating. At minimum, leaving. Leave. You don't have to be there. They don't own you. Leave. Everyone quit. Like I am such an everyone quit mode right now. Like I'm like, yo, quit. Everybody quit today, right now. Quit. Start quitting. Start making a plan, and as soon as you cross the threshold of being able to not be there, quit. And then let somebody come bring, if you're going to go look for a job, be intentional about looking for a job. Look for a job like you would look for a husband or a wife. And for those of you who aren't good at picking people to be in relationships with, if you picking people who beat you, don't do that. Don't do it the same. Do it better. Do it like you were going to marry a prince. And for those of you who are guys, like you was going to marry a queen. And I'm not talking about a trap queen. Okay? Find people who know how to treat people decently. Or if they don't, at least pay well. Like, be compensated. Like, whatever you're dealing with, don't be like the concept of underpaying people and being a dick is the equivalent of, for women, if you fat and have a bad attitude. If you're guys, if you're dysgenic, portly, built like Santa Claus, and are wondering why these modern women don't respect you. Pick a struggle. If you're going to be fat, be nice. If you're going to be a dysgenic dude, then get a lot of money and don't you gotta, if you're gonna have to put the stake around your neck to get the dog to play with you, then like, yo, that's your life, bro. Like, but be positive about it, Like, don't be a dick. Don't be like sitting out here talking about what women need to do and they need to shut up. Like, no, you need to shut up because you're not useful. You're fat, you're portly also. And you don't deserve I mean, too much of anything. Because, like, honestly, like, if it was like survival of the fittest, like, you wouldn't survive. So you just got to know your place and you got to pick your struggle. So you can't not pay well and be an asshole. Like, them's the rules. I didn't make them. I did not make them. Just like I did not make the rules for the women and how they gotta be if they want to get the high value man. I didn't make the rules for the men if they want to go get the woman of their dreams out of the club. Okay, like I didn't make these rules, but they are what they are. You can't be an asshole and underpay people. You can't. You cannot do that. And then also, you can't also be trying to bully people when they aren't going to be subjected to you being an asshole and underpaying them because you didn't pick a struggle. You can't do that. And if you're going to bully somebody, you should actually probably be physically menacing. Like, you shouldn't be dysgenic. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there just for me personally. Like, I'm like, you're not going to, like, bully me and be dysgenic. It's just like, what are you talking? Like, if I saw you in an alley, like, and only one of us was coming out of the alley, it'd be me. It's not going to be you. In no world would it be you. You're not built like that. It's really not hard to tell some people that ain't never been beat up before. Like, it's not. So, like, everybody got to pick their struggle and you got to know your lane, okay? Like, you got to be in a lane and, like, in that lane. And if you want competent, good employees, develop a culture where competent, good employees want to coalesce and commingle together. And definitely don't strangle your golden goose and then be mad that the golden goose died on you. Like that's just crazy. So we're going to close it out at that. I hope somebody finds value in this. I hope some of you that are in a situation similar to what I was in figure out a way to get out. And most importantly, understand, especially if you're starting your day off like pissed off, stressed because of the job, because of incompetent leadership, incompetent ownership, incompetent leadership and ownership. It's killing you. It actually is. Like the stress load that you're hitting, the cortisol spike at the beginning of the day is actually bad for your health. It's actually killing you. And with that understanding, I would recommend you start working your way out now. Like, start a plan. You have to have a plan. And I mean, if you're good enough, just go quit and get another job. Like, if it's not that big a deal of a job, like if you're young and it's just like a summer job, go quit. Like, don't even do it. Don't even do it. Especially if it's an old boomer mentality, like that Gen X boomer mothballs and an attitude, and you're underpaid, and back in their day it wasn't that big a deal, and we're giving out raises at our behest, but also certain people just get treated different than other. Like, don't do that. Do not do that. Quit now. Like, if it's not an important job and you don't need it, just quit today. Quit immediately. Go do something else. Literally anything else. And if you find another old dysgenic boomer mentalityed boss, quit that job too. And you just quit until you find a place where you're either getting paid super well or the leadership isn't incompetent and you're valued. Like, just don't give them your labor. We have to stop giving them our labor. Like, we have to. Like, it is not even a question at this point. Like, we have to quit. We need to starve them. Their families need to starve. They need to be out of business. That's the only proper recourse in 2026 for poor, negligent, non-meritocratic leadership. Because meritocracy, that's not how that works. Poor leaders, poor business owners, people who make toxic cultures centered around themselves should not be having good employees or any employees, to be honest. And the result should be that level, that thing that they're putting out there, if they're not good at it, they fail. And then the companies that are good at it, the leaders that are good at it, the business owners that are good at actually building a community, building an ecosystem that, is about growth, that cultivates talent, then can attract the appropriate talent that will fit within their organizations. And then those organizations can flourish. And then the majority of places will be decent places to work because we allow the toxic, disingenuous, horrendous work condition, bully tactics, that boomer mindset. It can age out because none of us want to work for those people. The people who worked for Gen X didn't want to work for those people, and somehow they still just waited their turn to become them. We got to draw a line somewhere. And in order to draw that line for most of you, you're going to have to fix your finances. I'm your boy, Reckless Radenero. This has been another episode of Bag Talk. We will be back next week where we will be doing our end-of-month finances. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, hype the video, do all the things. Drop me a comment. I do read them. And until next week, I'm out. Peace.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.